This is Beyond the Badge, a program we do at KSL to honor peace officers from all over the state of Utah. A different officer every week, and here is a portion of the interview about this week's officer. I'm here now with Officer Tanya Turnbow from the Tooele Police Department. Congratulations to you, officer. Thank you so much for your time. Tell me a little bit about the suicide prevention that you do here.
So what I do, along with other leaders from our local prevention coalition, is to reach out to the community and teach how exactly to help prevent suicide deaths.
You teach in the communities, and not just in schools, but in other locations as well?
Right. We'll teach wherever folks would like us to teach. We teach with faith groups, with school groups. We have a community-wide training that we offer for free once a month or once every other month, depending on the request load for that. So we're all over in our community.
How did you start doing this? What was the impetus that made you begin?
So it began for our community when we had several suicide deaths occur within a short amount of time. And there was some outcry from our community, some requests from our community members saying, we need to know what to do. What can we do? What signs can we look for? So Valley Behavioral Health offered a few positions to become trainers for this QPR training, and I requested to be involved in that group. So I learned how to be able to teach suicide prevention, and our community was extremely supportive of that effort. And so in just over 2 years, we've taught over 2,500 community members, and it just keeps growing.
I know we probably don't have time for all that you know, but could you tell us just a few things that you share with the community in those sessions?
So in the United States, we have over 42,000 deaths every year from suicide. So it is a problem, and it affects it all across our country. But there are ways to prevent it. As a matter of fact, it's the most preventable cause of death. So the first thing that we encourage folks to do during QPR training is to just ask the question. And that question might be kind of difficult. But really asking the question and getting that question out on the table is important, both to improve communication, to open doors of communication, and to allow for folks to get help if that's what they need.
The question, are you thinking about hurting yourself? Are you thinking about suicide?
Right, several different ways to ask, whatever you're comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
So are you thinking of suicide? Are you thinking of killing yourself? Is there a way I can help you get through this?
Yeah.
Those are some of the questions that we suggest.
Wow, I guess I had not thought 40+ thousand deaths. How would people contact you if they wanted to have you do just within the Tooele community, if they wanted you to teach or they wanted to learn more?
I actually have an extremely supportive chief who is very encouraging for this training and realizes the importance. And so if anybody, usually local behavioral, or local mental health authorities are kind of pushing this kind of training or offering this kind of training. So if you're not in the Tooele area, you're welcome to contact your local mental health authority, but I'm always available to help as well. And we just want to get the word out there so we can prevent these type of deaths.
And for anyone listening who maybe is struggling with thoughts of this nature themselves, and there may be someone watching or listening who is, what would you recommend for them?
To reach out for help, whether that's to a friend or family member, someone in their support system, or to call the National Lifeline. The number for the National Lifeline is 800-273-TALK.
I just don't even know how to thank you, officer, because the work you do is saving lives, and not just the father of the young man that the chief said, but I'm quite sure people all the time. And so for the work you do in crime prevention, for the work you do in the police department, for the work you do in these classes, can I just say on behalf of the people of Utah, thank you so very much, officer. We appreciate the work you're doing.
Thank you.
Beyond the Badge here in Tooele.